All right, about time to start catching catfish. So today I'm gonna build a catfish jug, pool noodle type, the way we build them. Everybody does them a little different. Do them the way that suits you. Here's what we like. Give you just, if nobody knows for sure what to do. Cut you a piece of 1/2 inch PVC, about 15 inches long. You know how to glue caps on. Put you some glue on there, cram this cap on. Cut about 14 inches of your pool noodle. You can get them with a small hole, bigger hole. For this, I like them to fit nice and snug. So then on this end, I drilled a hole, 1/4 inch, eye bolt, 1 washer, and then I'll take some kind of whatever silicone you come up with. I like clear 100%. Actually, before I'll drop that in there, I'll put me a little bit inside the cap, try to just hit the bottom, and that'll help seal her off. Kind of hard to see what you're doing, but it'll get in there. And usually that silicone will come through on the front side too, so it will seal it up. I don't know how much it really matters, but I'm kind of picky about stuff. And this right here makes her simple. All right, that's all sealed in, ready to go. Now, there again, you'll smear glue all over your pipe, all over this. Sock it together. That's your float. Now, you can use whatever kind of line you like. This stuff is mean. Braided mason's line. It don't stretch, it don't fray, it's awesome. So where we fish, I like to run about 6 feet of line. Well, I run her out there about a full wingspan, and then I grab me, yeah, about there. Looks good. For the end going on the float, I just double it up, ante over and through, pull her tight. And I just run that through my eye bolt, noose it through. That's tied on fine. Now, when it comes to your hook, I like 5 6/0 circle hooks, and I like to tie a snell knot. That's how I do mine. I can show you that here in a second. We'll get the camera up closer. You can actually see what's going on, because I know you can't from here. And then I'm fixing to change all mine over this year. I've never run weights, but in wind, your float goes, well, here comes your bait running along behind it if it ain't too heavy, and you're not getting your bait down as deep as what you would like, or as I would like anyway. So I'm gonna start taking me 3/8, 1/2 inch, something that I can just, again, double up my line, slip it through my eyelet, around, like that, and then I've got a weight hanging. My bait will be right down here. It'll help keep it from drifting up as the wind's pulling my floats, because, you know, you want to keep the bait down at the depth where your fish are. Another thing you noticed, if you built any jugs, I did not load this with a metal slug. A lot of people want to put a metal slug in there. It sits back here at this end, away from it, right away from your line, you drop. Whenever a catfish hits it, turns it up, pop, that weight comes down, and it holds your jug sitting just like that. To me, that's an advertisement. Hey, I'm a fish over here, I'm a fish over here. I like to throw my jugs out sometimes, and I may go 1/2 mile and I go fishing. I want them letting lay. Now yes, when the fish hits mine, it stands up. Once he gets a little bit tired, he lets it lay. And he'll run around the lake with it, and it's floating just like that. I've been on lakes where people will steal your catfish. They'll steal your jugs. The less red flag, hey, here I am, the better. Because, you know, I'm out there to catch fish. I'm not out there to let anybody steal my fish. If you're hungry, beat on the door. I can feed you. But again, I don't load mine. I don't like it. So this is just how I build mine. Everybody does them different. Get the camera over here and I'll show you how I tie this knot. See what's going on. Here's this big old circle hook, and they are tweaked at the top and leaned over. Make sure you run your line through from the top, always from the top. Now, I ain't tied one of these in a while, so maybe I won't mess it up. Pull her through there, get you plenty of slack. Make you a loop. Okay, all I've done is double that back. And I'm going to try and keep that pinch somewhat straight. I'm sure my fingers are in the way. And then you start wrapping pretty tight to your eyelet. I ain't got my slack out yet. Alright. Pretty tight to the eyelet. Then you're going to wrap it. I don't count. 7 or 8. Whatever looks good. Hold it tight. Drop this in your hole. Grab the bottom of your hook. Sort of pinch up. I know it's hard to see. And I'm going to start pulling my leader back uphill. Oh, did you see how that just snatched up around it tight? You can pull both ends. Pull it snug, but then you want to hook your finger in it. Wrap it and pull it uphill and yank all your slack out. Alright. Now, that right there is ready to catch some catfish. That is wrapped around the whole shank and coming back through the eyelet. I've caught fish after fish after fish with this old braided Mason's line. I don't burn it, I don't singe it, I don't do crap to it, and it don't give any trouble. I don't know if you can see how good that stuff is or not, but it's braided, it is not twisted. It's called braided Mason's line. And like I said, I would come in, that's what I'm going to do with mine this year. Not too high above, but I don't want to get in the way when I'm hooking fish either. I'm going to push that through, put me a sinker on there, and I'm going to let her hang just like that, maybe a touch higher, as long as I can get that in that fish's mouth. And why do I like these big circle hooks? Catfish don't get off of these. When that goes in his mouth, it makes a big hook, it comes around, and I mean he's on there. He's on there, unless they're just not biting and they're nibbling at your bait. But they're usually hooked and you don't worry about them getting off. Easiest way that we do it, wrap that rascal up like that till you all you slacks out, hook your hook right in that noodle, and you're good to go. Alright, I hope this little videos help you. We love using these things. One thing I do want to mention, I don't know what your state requires, Kentucky, you either got to put your name and address on these or your Kentucky Fishing Wildlife number. It's on your license. I list both. And that's just some of you read your rules and regulations. Like I said, this is a great way of catching a lot of catfish, and we enjoy doing it. Hope y'all try it and have good luck with it.